As I speak these words, Assam's beloved son Zubeen has been laid to rest. The grief, love, and memories pouring out for him shows no signs of fading. Everyone I know from the state is in mourning. All my friends are. At the beginning of this video, I would like to make one thing clear. I am no expert on Zubeen, whether his music, his movies, or even his personality. Several people have written heart-touching stories and obituaries about the icon, that is Zubeen, on our website. And I request you to go on EastMojo.com and read them. I have met the legend a few times, but not enough to know him. When I was with CNN IBN in 2006, Zubeen composed a memorable Independence Day anthem for the channel titled India Rocks with Zubeen Garg. I recently came across it on YouTube and I'll share the link for you to enjoy. The song just brims with energy. It's a bilingual song. I think the words are उछल उछल के देखें सारा जहां जब धड़के इसकी धड़कन ऐसा मेरा हिंदुस्तान. Before soaring into the chorus that says, let's dance to the rhythm of Vande Mataram.
उछल उछल के कूद कर मुड़कर देखे सारा जहां जब जब धड़के इसकी धड़कन ऐसा मेरा हिंदुस्तान.
My colleague and friend Mukut Medhi, who was part of the filming team then, says that once Zubeen got the tune, he drove Mukut around the streets of Guwahati till 2 a.m. in the morning, listening to the finished tune. Anecdotes aside, why am I recording this the day after? My purpose for this video is different. I'm recording this video because the death of Zubeen has left me a little scared. As some of you might know, I am from Sikkim and I have been based out of Guwahati for the past 7 to 8 years. As journalists, even if we are not from the region, we are taught to learn, understand, and pick clues that help us know a region. In my case, it was the music of Zubeen. But his music was just one part. It was the personality that I dare say was much more interesting than his music for me.
ষাঠপঢ়ো পাৰিলোঁ হেঁতেন বম্বেত থাকি পইচা ঘটি ঢেৰ গান গাই পেলাই নাম কৰি মই কিয় ঘূৰি বিচাৰিলোঁ বিকজ আই হেভ এ লাইবিলিটি টু মাই পিপল.
আমি সব দি আছো, আমি তেল দি আছো, আমি চাহ দি আছো, গড় দি আছো, ৰাইনো দি আছো, জুবিন গাৰ্গ দি আছো.
এটা আকৌ কা আহি আছে, এটা মোদী হওক ফুদি হওক মই ঘণ্টা কাটি নকৰোঁ. মই থকালে কা আহিব নোৱাৰে, ইয়াত লাভ নাই. সেইটো জিপি সিং থাকক, হিমন্ত বিশ্ব শৰ্মা থাকক, লাভ নাই.
Now, please don't take offense to that, because please understand that as a non-Assamese, even though I enjoyed his music, I used to listen to it when I was on long drives, especially the Bihu ones. It did not resonate with me in a way that it did with millions of Assamese people. And boy, what an impact he had on the state. And this is what scares me. The outpouring of emotions, the millions who hit the streets to get the last glimpse of their icon, and thousands of posts that have flooded social media. The touching words by several eminent personalities who are not from Assam. And there's just this continuing love that we are seeing for Zubeen, and that has left me wondering one thing: what happens next? When CAA protesters hit the streets and threatened to vandalize public property, who came out in public to ask the people to practice non-violence? It was Zubinda. He also came out to openly, very strongly criticize the government with the other protesters. From the movement against CAA to the fight for environment, the trees of Guwahati, to every social cause that mattered to the state of Assam, Zubinda was there.
Politics no koriba bondhu, politics no koriba bondhu, dubela dukhaj bhat khuti khuti khao, politics no koriba bondhu.
He didn't just lend his name, he gave his voice, his music, his presence, which was so important. And such was his power, such was his truth, that even the most powerful politicians dared not touch him. They could not. Think about that. It's easy for anyone to stand up and shout against authority, but it's also just as easy for authority to silence that voice. That's the reality of today. Yet, with Zubinda, they could not, because he was not just a man, not just an artist, he was the conscience of Assam. And remember this, he never broke the law, he never spread hate, he never incited enmity among communities. At a time when cheap politicians thrive on division, Zubinda united people with his music, his words, his presence. He lived for Assam, and Assam lived in him. Now, with him gone, we must face a truth that is painful to admit. There is no one else of his stature left to speak for the people. The death of Zubinda is not just a cultural loss. It is a wound in Assam's very soul. Our songs, our festivals, especially Rongali Bihu, for me, will feel empty. But even more worrying is the gap in our collective conscience. Who will now dare stand as he did? I have no doubt in my heart, if Assam had ever descended into a riot, Zubinda would have been the first to rush in, to stop the madness, to calm the crowd, and people would have listened, yes, because he is no ordinary singer. He was Zubinda, the big brother of Assam, the voice that spoke for everyone. And today, just look around. Teenagers, parents, grandparents, everyone still teary-eyed. The grief is not just for an artist, but for a guide, a friend, a leader in his own way. His absence has left the state with a silence we do not know how to fill. What Assam has lost with Zubinda's passing may never be replaced. He will remain forever the state's heartbeat, conscience, Assam's Zubinda. And I must confess that the thought frightens me. Already we are seeing politicians trying to outdo each other, trying to cash in on his death, trying to turn the grief into their gain. And this is not what he stood for. My only hope now, my only prayer is that the youth of the state pick up from where Zubinda left, that they carry forward his courage, his honesty, his music, his love for Assam. Zubinda never abandoned his people, never ran away, chasing bigger dreams outside. He stayed right here. He fought here, he sang here. Now it's up to the people of Assam, especially the young, to ensure that his spirit does not fade, that his lessons remain alive, not just in memory, but in action. And that will be the true tribute to Zubinda.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.